Hello, everyone. Um, Welcome to the Storeganise webinar. We hope one in a series of many webinars. Let me just know if you hear me. You can write something in the chat. Is the sound okay? Can you see me? Can you see the slides? Let me know if everything is okay. Great. So, welcome again to our live webinar. The reason why we are doing this webinar today is that we found out that a lot of our customers and a lot of our website visitors are really interested in self-storage marketing. And while we are not a self-storage marketing company, we provide self-storage solutions for running your self-storage and valet storage business, right? We do have some insights into the marketing thing, and we have seen that one of our most read blogs on storeganise.com was about marketing. And that's why we decided to start this series of webinars. So this is hopefully, like I said, one of many in which we will explore marketing topics, how to promote your business, how to use Storeganise to leverage your emails, your email list, your Google Ads, and stuff like that. So today, I will briefly touch 3 topics. This won't be an in-depth webinar on any of those, but we will see how to use Google Ads to advertise locally. You will see that there are some things to consider when using Google Ads to advertise. We will look into what and why you should measure. We'll see how to connect Storeganise to GA, what's already available in Storeganise's dashboard, and stuff like that. And we'll talk a little bit about email marketing. Is email marketing really still the king of digital marketing or not? We'll try to answer that question. And yeah, so for those of you who don't know me, my name is Sasha, and I'm actually head of growth here at Storeganise. I have a background in e-commerce and retail marketing, trying to help small local retail companies. But here at Storeganise, I actually have 2 parts, two jobs. My job is a 2-part job. One is trying to get Storeganise into as many hands as possible. I really believe we have a great product. We have a unique user interface. We try to be as modern and as easy to use as possible. So I really believe that anyone who is considering doing self-storage or is already operating self-storage business should at least look into Storeganise. And I try to, like I said, get Storeganise in front of as many owner operators as possible. But my other job is actually helping the team develop Storeganise into the platform that not only lets you manage your self-storage and do the invoicing and see a list of your clients and stuff like that, but also help you promote your business. And we have some unique features and tools built in the Storeganise right now that will help you do that, and we are working towards getting more of those online. And for some of you, or probably most of you, already know what Storeganise is, but for those of you who don't know Storeganise yet, so we are a self-storage and valet storage management software. We offer basically the whole suite of tools that you need to manage and run your self-storage or valet storage business. We offer a customer portal where your users can, or your customers can, do online bookings. We have automated move-ins, and then we have a detailed business insights dashboard where you can see all of the analytics and stuff like that. You can see that we have our customer portal is built so it's very modern, it's easy to use, and basically your users can go straight from booking a unit all the way to paying it with one of our many payment methods that we offer, and then they can sign the contract and everything is done contactless. We are available in more than 12 languages, and we have a full-featured open API, which means that you can connect Storeganise to basically any other tool on the market, be it CRM or remote access software or stuff like that. And for those of you who don't know Storeganise, I encourage you to visit storeganise.com. You can book a demo there. You can check out our help center, where there's a lot of articles on how to use Storeganise, how you can do certain stuff. We have also recently started our YouTube channel doing webinars like this and more in-depth product demos, so you can go there and check it out. And we would appreciate if you follow us on LinkedIn. We also share a lot of interesting insights, industry insights, and stuff like that on our LinkedIn. Okay, so now let's go into the more marketing-oriented part of this webinar. Okay, this is a question that I ask myself whenever I am trying to do. I'm trying to set up a marketing strategy or a marketing plan, and it's important to know what is the direction you want your business to go in. There's lots of businesses all over the world. Some are global, some are local, some are small, some are big. It's important that you know what your goals for your business are, and according to that, you will also tailor your marketing strategy with that in mind. And one of the ways you can do that is with a simple marketing funnel. What's a marketing funnel? You can see here on the image that there's a picture of a funnel where on the top, which is also called top of the funnel, you throw in everything you have. So be it social media likes, visitors from the website, visitors from the blog, visitors from advertisements, and basically all of the traffic that you can get, you try to put everyone in the funnel. And then in that funnel, you try to bring them closer and closer to your end goal, which is usually the revenue, right? If you're a self-storage operator, you want people to actually book a unit, and also not just book it, but you want them to stay your customer for as long as possible. And you maybe want to leverage the referrals. So if they're happy with your service, they might refer some friends to you. And that's also an important part of the funnel. That being said, this is not the only funnel that exists. This is just something that's used on the digital products a lot. And what I would suggest you to do if you are just starting out with your marketing strategy is basically just take a piece of paper and a pen and try to envision how your customer journey looks like. So first of all, where will your customers find out about you, right? Is that a billboard? Is that an online ad? Whatever, right? And then what is the path that will lead that customer to actually book a unit from you? They might call you on your phone. They might book a unit via a website or something like that. And a simple piece of paper and a pen can solve a lot of issues when you are trying to develop your marketing strategy further. Okay, now let's look into some of the industry reports. This one is interesting, and I wanted to include it here. So this is from the FEDESA 2022 industry report, and it shows how many, the percentage of self-storage inquiries and their sources. And you can see here that websites represent 65% of all self-storage inquiries right now, and this number is growing, and social media adds another 9% to that number. So 74% of all self-storage inquiries were made basically via a website in some form. That doesn't mean that signage and referrals and other channels are not important. They are, but the focus is strongly on the digital side. And on this slide, you can see when they asked self-storage operators where they plan to invest in the next year. This is for 22-23. you can see that website is actually the number one. 19% of self-storage owners and operators said that they will invest more into their website and digital marketing with that. This number is still maybe a bit low, since the vast majority of inquiries come from the web, but it's a good sign, and this number is going up as well. So if you are budgeting for the next year, or if you are starting out self-storage business, you might want to consider putting a significant amount of resources, not just money, but also time and thought into building up your website. And you probably know, but with Storeganise, you can do that easily. I already shown that you can use our booking portal. You can simply add it to your existing website, or you can use our marketing webpage. If you don't want to do your own website, you can just use one of our own. And I hope this is not a spoiler, or this is not something I can't reveal, but we are actually working on another feature, on an updated feature, and in the future we will offer more advanced marketing websites to our customers. So they will be more up to date. They will be better optimized for search engines, better optimized for conversions, and you'll basically be able to create your own marketing website for the self-storage business with just a few clicks. Okay, now let's look at how to market a self-storage business. There's always a question: do I go locally, or do I go globally, or how wide you should set up your marketing strategy to be? Sure, there are some self-storage companies that are that have locations all over the country. They go even across the borders, and they are huge. On the other hand, you have small operators with one, maybe two locations, and everything in between, right? But for self-storage, it's a bit of a unique business, because even if you have a lot of location, even if you are spread across several countries, you still want to advertise those locations, right? Yes, there might be a part of your advertising and marketing aimed at marketing your brand as a whole, but when someone types into a Google self-storage near Birmingham, for example, they usually don't want to see your location in London. And how you can do that? Well, there are some offline classic channels like local magazines, billboards. You can print out flyers and give them away. But today we'll focus a little bit more on localized websites, search ads, and email marketing. And especially localized search ads are something that's very useful to do. I'm talking, of course, here about Google Ads, which is by far the largest provider of search ads. And you probably know, but when you type something into Google, when you type like self-storage business or self-storage for rent into Google, the first few of those results are paid advertisements. And why is Google so popular? Well, first of all, everyone is using Google to search. But second of all, the entry barrier is not that high. You can spend only a few dollars or euros per month on Google Ads and still get some results. There's no limit on how much you can spend. So even if you have a $10 budget, you can do that with Google Ads. And once you figure out what works for you, you can scale it, and there will be enough ad space for you to scale. And so Google doesn't just search, doesn't just use keywords to search through all of the ads and all of the websites, but they also use something called Google Ads extensions. You can set up these. So once you open your Google Ads account, you'll be able to set up your ads. We won't go into details about setting up Google Ads account, maybe in some of the later webinars, if you guys are interested. But the important thing here is that you will be able to add some local friendly ad extensions. And those are location extensions, phone call extensions, dynamic site links, for example. And here on the image, on the screenshot, you can see that, for example, this is for a Nike store. If you are searching for a Nike, and even if you don't search for a specific location, you can see that Google automatically suggests you the closest location that you have. And it also, they also use a phone call extension here where it shows your phone number. And yeah, and this is the example of dynamic site links, which is again something that you might want to consider using if you have your own website, especially. So let me go a few slides back. In this slide, you can see that the results are fairly plain, right? There are just a headline and some descriptions. But when you are using dynamic site link extensions, Google shows some additional websites for you. So for example, we have here pricing landing page, self-storage software landing page, get your free account, and about us. And what this does is, first of all, it's easier to navigate for your users. They can see what's on your website from Google directly, but it also enlarges your results. So your result basically takes up more space, which gives you an edge over other advertisers who might not do this. And like I said, enabling this is fairly simple. You can do it in Google Ads settings. You just go into locations and follow the instructions there. Google itself has a lot of good guides on how to set everything up and what to do exactly to enable this. But like I said, maybe in another webinar, if you guys are interested, we can go deeper into Google Ads setup in general. One important thing, if you are considering or if you are already doing Google Ads and want to go really local, you have to bear in mind that Google doesn't really show localized ads by default. So the default settings might fool you, and they might say something like show this to a local audience, but you actually have to go into the settings and enable the setting that says that you want to advertise only to people who are living in that area. So for example, here I have a sample campaign. For example, if you are advertising Berlin self-storage and you use some simple keywords like self-storage, Berlin self-storage locations, etc. And even if you are targeting those, users 30 miles around Berlin, by default, Google will show these results only not only to people who live in there or are frequently present in Berlin, but will show the results also to people who, for example, search Berlin for their vacation, who are currently in Berlin for vacation, but are there only for a few days, who are interested in Berlin Wall, for example, or something like that. So this is a very broad setting. And if you want to go truly local, you have to enable additional settings. And again, there are some good examples and good guides on Google specifically on how to do this, or you can check on this screenshot. By the way, just a reminder, this webinar is recorded and it will be available for replay on our YouTube channel. So if you ever want to come back to this and check exactly what to set, you'll be able to do that. So yeah, like I said, it's important to have that in mind, that if you really want to go truly local, you have to set up some additional stuff. And there's also an option called local search ads in Google Ads, which enables you to basically run search ads. Show search ads like this on the right. Again, you enable that in Google Ads settings. You have to have Google My Business page for that, but I'm sure many of you already have it. If you don't, just log into your Google account and go to My Business page and update your data there. It helps with SEO a lot, so search engine optimization, and with basically everything that Google does. And if you use local search ads, you're also able to optimize bids for location targeting. So you can choose to bid higher prices for keywords like, for example, self-storage Berlin, or you can go even more in details. You can advertise for certain areas of the city or stuff like that. And you can optimize everything in there. So this is a really good way to advertise. If you have more locations, especially to advertise each location to a really narrow target audience. Okay, so next topic is about measuring. So this is a quote from Alice in Wonderland that I like, and it does have a connection to digital marketing, I promise. So basically, Alice is asking, she's lost, and she's asking the cat if he would tell her which way should she go. And the cat says, well, that depends where you want to go, right? And Alice says, I don't care much where I want to go. And the cat says, then it doesn't really matter which way you go. You'll always come there if you don't care where. And this is the same with digital marketing. You can do something, you can do some activities, you can do advertisements, you can do email marketing. But if you are not measuring stuff and if you don't have a goal, you will probably be lost, and you will not know if your activities have any effect on your bottom line. And Storeganise can help you with that measurement on several different levels. So first of all, if you log into Storeganise management portal, you will see the analytics dashboard that is very detailed. Basically, everything that happens in Storeganise or in your self-storage business will be shown there. Your total revenue, your occupancy rate. You can filter everything by date, by statuses and stuff like that. So this is a really helpful tool that allows you to have an overview of your business. But this is aimed more towards your actual business goals, not that much to the digital marketing part of it. A good thing is that you can export the data and use it in other tools if you want, play with it in Excel, for example, and stuff like that. But for more digital, like website analytics that you also want to measure, right? You want to measure how many people come to your website, like landing page, how many people go through the booking portal, which steps they fall off in the checkout process and stuff like that. We also support Google Tag Management, Google Tag Manager, and with that we support the implementation of GA4, so Google Analytics 4. You can do that simply by going to, again, management portal, into settings, and you have to enter your Google Analytics and GTM codes, and there's a short process of installing everything. But once you do that, you'll be able to see some of the default events that Google is tracking by default, or you will be able to set up your own events tailored to your business. For example, if you want to know how many people go through the checkout process but drop off right before they pay you, you can do that. You can see the events, you can do the funnel and see, okay, there is a problem in a specific step of the funnel, and then you can try to figure out what's wrong, right? Maybe the price is too high, maybe there's something in the terms of service that is putting people off, maybe there's just like a mistake or something like that on the website. But yeah, you can build different funnels with this. You can really go into details and analyze everything that is happening on your booking portal, on your customer portal, basically on your booking checkout. And yeah, installation of, like I said, installation of GTM and Google Analytics 4 is fairly simple. We have a detailed article on that. It takes 5 to 10 minutes. If you have Google Tag Manager set up, maybe even less. and it really elevates your your marketing game to another level. One thing about Google Analytics, so you might be still using the old Google Analytics, the Universal Analytics, which tells you basically similar stuff, but Google is actually sunsetting that feature. And from the next summer, so summer 2023, Google will close down the old analytics and will only use Google Analytics 4. I suggest, if you haven't switched to GA4 yet, I suggest you switch as soon as possible. Even if you are still planning to use the old Google Analytics until next summer, it is good to start now because the data won't be transferable from the old system to the new one. And the sooner you start tracking your data, the more historical data you will have in GA4. So yeah, if you haven't done that, I strongly encourage you to do it. Again, the installation is simple. You can check our article or go for Google to do that. Okay, and the final big topic of the webinar, is email still the king? Is email still the glue of digital marketing? Well, the data shows that it is. Even though we try to be as modern as possible with Storeganise, we don't have an app for a mobile app for our software, but we do have everything in mobile responsive. We really try to do our best when it comes to user experience, and we support all of the latest technologies. But that you might assume that while doing that, we will not be in favor of email marketing, but the numbers don't lie. Last year, email sending volume increased by 22%. Email marketing still delivers the highest possible ROI. So for every dollar you spend on email marketing, on average, you get $42 back. One thing that is changing a bit is that more and more people read their email on mobile devices. Of course, 65% of all emails are read on mobile devices. And I think this number is changing rapidly and will probably surpass 70% in the future. And like I said, we do have mobile responsive websites. Storeganise really tries to be on top of that. And we are also always working on improving our email templates so that they work very well on mobile devices. That means phones and tablets as well. And one important statistics is that transactional emails have a very high open rate of 80 to 85%. Transactional emails are, those emails that you get when you do something on the website. For example, when you signed up for this webinar, you got an email saying thank you for applying for the webinar or signing up for a webinar. Or when you order something in a web shop, you get your order is confirmed email. So those are transactional emails. And the question is, can you do anything to transform those emails into a marketing tool? And actually, let's stay on this slide a bit more. Actually, I'll talk a little bit more about this. You should strive to do that. You should strive to turn any communication that you have with your customer into something that pushes them further down the funnel, or encourages them to stay with you longer, or refer you to someone else, or do anything that's desirable for you. Okay, but if you want to start sending emails, right, you need to have someone to send those emails to, and you need to start building the email list. This is just an example of how we do it at Storeganise. One thing to note here is that building an email list is not a fast process. It's not something that can be done overnight, at least not if you are trying to build a quality list of subscribers that actually respond to you. And the best time to start building an email list is now, because like I said, it will take a lot of time, but in the end, it is worth it. So how we are doing this, we are trying to offer enticing, interesting content. In this case, we are trying to offer an ebook about self-storage, and even this webinar is a way to get someone's email in the long run. So yeah, we try to offer a content that is interesting for our potential customers, for our users, and we try to give them that in return for their email. You should always use social media to fuel the subscriptions. So post on social media, often post directly your landing pages that contain registration forms. And this is not rocket science. It's not very hard to do, but you need to do it, and you need to be diligent with it. And again, what's good with Storeganise, where Storeganise can help you with this is, again, you can use embedded registration forms on your website if you have a marketing website on Storeganise or something like that. You can use Google Tag Manager to insert your own registration forms. And it doesn't matter if this is if you are using MailChimp, MailerLite, Sendinblue, or basically any email marketing service, you can easily insert that form into your website and start building your email list. Okay, and now something about I was talking about this before, how to turn transactional emails into a marketing tool. So Storeganise offers email templates for basically any event that your customers might encounter, right? We have welcome email templates, reset passwords, confirm emails, and stuff like that. We have invoice reminders that you can set basically as many as you want, and we have even some valet storage specific ones. That being said, those templates are ready to go. You just when you sign up for Storeganise, they will pull your name, your company name, and stuff like that, and you are able to send them as soon as you have your account up and running. But we strongly encourage you to personalize them and use your own branding. So of course your logo, but not only your logo and your colors, but also use your tone of voice. Every company is a bit different when it comes to communicate it with their clients. Some are more serious, some are more playful, some use like a lot of animated GIFs and stuff like that. I really encourage you to think about how you can personalize those email templates and make them your own. They can really be a strong marketing tool for you because, first of all, we already said that open rates for those kind of emails are very high, and people are actually reading them. That doesn't mean that you should put a godly offer into any one of those emails, right? But make them your own, personalize them, and that's it. And another important thing is to automate everything that you can. Again, Storeganise offers you a lot of ways to automate many things in your self-storage business, emails being one of them. You can see here that we have really a lot of templates, and you can basically do anything with them in terms of content and when you want to send them and stuff like that. Okay, so this was the last big topic. Just a quick recap of what we've talked about. So we talked about Google Ads, and if you are considering using Google Ads or if you are currently using them, make sure to target local audiences. Really explore those settings that Google has available, and make sure you have everything checked so you are targeting the audiences that you want. Not just the audience that's interested in that part of the world, but the audience that actually lives there or does business there. Second, connect GTM, so Google Tag Manager and Google Analytics 4 with your Storeganise account. If you haven't, I really encourage you to do this and set up GA4 as soon as possible, so you will be able to have all of the historical data because next summer, July, I think they will be sunsetting the feature in July. If you start, then you will only have the data from July on. But if you start now, you'll have 6-7 months of data available for you to look back at. And the third is use automation and customization features in Storeganise and really think about how to turn those transactional emails into a marketing channel. And we've spoken about that a lot. It doesn't have to be anything really high-end. Just give your touch to the emails that we already provide and use the automations that are in there. So that's it from my part. Thank you everyone for listening, and we still have a few minutes for questions and answers. So if someone has a question, maybe you can just type it in the chat, and we can spend 5 more minutes on that. If there are no questions, yeah, let's wait for a minute. Yeah, looks like you. Okay. Okay, Joshua says, do you think we'll lose some reporting when the shift to GA4 happens? I'm not sure in what way you mean. So if you have GA, the Universal Analytics right now set up, you'll still be able to access the historical data. So you shouldn't lose any of the data. And as for reporting goes, GA4 can do basically everything that GA Universal Analytics can. So there might be a little bit more work involved in recreating some specific dashboards or analytics that you might use right now. But in general, GA4 should be able to provide you with everything that Universal Analytics does right now. Hope that answers the question. Cool. You're welcome. Okay. Looks like there's no other questions. So I would like to thank you all again for participating in this webinar. Please visit storeganise.com/events to see where we are going next, and subscribe to our newsletter to be informed about our next webinars. And we'll try to do one every month or even one every three weeks. Visit our YouTube channel, and thank you very much. Goodbye all, and have a nice day.